Okay, it's rotated. Okay, so I think I'm live. I'm not sure, but kind of a wreck because I got new seahorses today and I wanted to show you guys how I was going to acclimate them, how they come, etc. Go through, I was gonna actually go through the first week with you guys. And unfortunately, I made sure that they were doing okay, opened the box, went to my appointment thinking, oh, it'll just be half an hour. And literally, I just got home an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. So I've been scrambling, trying to get this this set up. And I need to get my seahorses out of the bag. In case you can't tell, I'm a little much of a wreck. So anyhow, and we will continue. I trust Seahorse Source. I know the seahorses, I'm sure, are okay. But it's still nerve-wracking to think that they had to wait on me. But throughout the week, I will be sharing, getting them eating and things like that. But let's get to my seahorses, shall we? Okay. So, I'll show you guys the box later, but, oh yeah, they're just fine. Oh, thank God. Look, they're not even scrambling. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh, hi. Hi, beautifuls. Look, what's really interesting is literally these poor seahorses have been on my porch the morning and then sitting on my table for hours. And look, they're ready to see their new house. Not freaked out, not gasping. They're going to get a little excited now because now they're, in light and so on and so forth. But so I'm going to see how they react. Methods for acclimating. The reason the bag is still completely sealed, even though I made sure they were doing okay earlier, is because, hi Tammy, is because, in case you haven't seen, I did a video on ammonia poisoning, and that can happen if you, hey honey, we're doing this live, but I'll edit and make a video out of it sometime. But I just wanted to show how I deal with this. We're going to talk in a minute about the fact that, this is hectic. So how they deal with it, how I deal with it. But the bottom line is I have these awesome, beautiful, look at them. They're Piebalds from Seahorse Source. I'm so excited. I wanted these guys for so long. Oh, I'm so excited. And they're not at all upset. They're chilling. Well, they're getting a little, get me out of this bag. But no gasping, nothing crazy. And so typically, you have choices. If I bought seahorses from someone I did not know, I would drip acclimate no matter what, quarantine no matter what, and etc. I am going to put these seahorses in a quarantine tank, even though I trust Seahorse Source completely and totally, just to kind of walk you guys through how it goes. But since these guys have been in the bag longer than they should have been, my fault completely, we're going to see how they react and see, what I would do or you would do in this situation. So, I'm sorry, I'm a little frantic. I literally just threw this together because I can't believe. Okay, all right. So, the first thing, no matter what you decide to do, no matter how you decide to acclimate, we need to temperature acclimate seahorses. So, even though there was a very finely wrapped, it's still hot. I wish I could let you all feel it. It's a, whoop, let's not drop the seahorses, hey? Okay, so this is one of those professional type packs. It's still hot, cool, and the temperature of the bag, double bagged of course, is fine. As you can see, the seahorses are fine. But so I've filled the tank with fresh salt water, not from another tank, nothing from another tank, completely fresh salt water. Thrown a couple hitches in, put a hop filter in a light, And, you know, this is all I really need for the immediate. Now, of course, there's more down the road. But when you first get the seahorses, if you're in an emergency situation like mine, or if you're going to quarantine, literally this is it. This is all you need. So, first we'll temp acclimate. And I left a little space at the top of the tank. Hopefully it's enough. Because, you know, temp acclimating literally is setting the seahorse. And I would typically turn the light down. I'm not sure if I can with this light. But temp acclimating is literally letting them sit in the bag in the water. And they're getting a little feisty. They're wanting out. Oh my God, they are so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh my God. I can't wait for you guys to see them out and about. But you know what? And one thing you can do is if you feel like they're not, and I'm not concerned at all about these seahorses, honestly. But if you feel like they're wanting out and they're not liking this acclimation period, one thing you can do is turn the light down, because, maybe if I can figure this out, because the thing is, they've been in the dark. So when they're in chipping, if you get them right out of the box like you're supposed to, then they've been asleep most of the time. They weren't freaking out. When they freak out, that's when in the bag there's a problem, because they start breathing heavily, taking up all the oxygen that's in there, and it causes problems. These guys, when you saw me pull them out, they were literally probably sleeping. They were chilling on their hitch, no problems. Now, you know, let's see how they're doing. How you guys doing? Okay. They're excited to get out, but they're not, you know. So, and I will look at the questions in a minute. I can't see from this far away, I'm sorry. But basically, when you're temp acclimating, and I would do a better job and not have to hold it if I was more prepared, but, and my kids might interrupt because this is live. Just be quiet. No, it's okay. Anyhow, sorry. Okay, so what you want to look for when you get them immediately out of the bag, because I'm sorry if I'm going back and forth. I was really worried about them. But when you first take them out of the bag, what you want to look for is if they are gasping. If they're, I can't even think of my words right now, but if they're doing their snick movement, if the little, oh, you guys can help me, what's it called, the thorax, whatever it's called, if their little thingy is going like this, okay, I'll put up a picture in the video, but if they're gasping, if they're choking, if they look like they're gasping for air, that's when you want it. I would have immediately opened the bag, scoop them out with my hand, and put them in the tank. Any kind of pH shock, any kind of anything that could possibly happen by not acclimating a seahorse is not as bad as whatever they're going through if they're gasping when you get them, if that makes sense. So they were not, of course. These guys are doing just fine, even though I suck. And so we're going to temp acclimate them for a little bit. Honestly, the temperature of the water was quite close to the temperature in the tank. And only because of the fact that they waited so long on me, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit. I had my little handy dandy, don't drop things, Kelly. Handy dandy airline ready to drip acclimate, but I don't think I'm going to need to do that. Again, I would if they had been in the bag for more than a day, less than a day, or more than these guys have been in the bag for less than a day. If they had been in the bag for more than a day, I would definitely drip acclimate. In this case, I'm going to temperature acclimate. I'm going to use a cup to put a little bit of water into the bag just to make sure that, you know, they don't freak out, but I don't see it happening. So I'm just letting them get kind of accustomed to being awake and in a new place, and making sure that the temperature of the water in the bag is the same as the temperature in the tank. And, okay, let's talk about that. So, setting up this quarantine tank, the things that I made sure of is I made fresh saltwater. I made, this is all fresh equipment, nothing used. I don't play with used. I have a little temperature, I know you probably can't see it. I have a little temperature strip right there, and I actually test it with a machine thing. I can't think of the word. I've got my refractometer. I made sure that the salinity was correct so that they don't have any big jump and any surprises in the osmotic pressure. We're not scientists here. We're just, kind of getting by. But, so I have my solution where I was able to make sure that my refractometer was working properly, tested the water, we're all good. Okay, so I'm actually going to do something really not cool on a live video. Oh, sorry guys. They're doing great. I mean, this is so cool. This just shows the quality. But I'm going to do something very uncool on a live video. I'm going to run and get my scissors. Okay. Where are the scissors? All right. And I forgot I had a microphone on. I hope you guys didn't hear my little... Okay, we're going to get better at this every single time. Actually, I'm going to look real quick. And, okay, people are just watching and not laughing. Thank you for not laughing at me. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to get better. But, so it's been what, like maybe 5 minutes? If you're new to this, you're going to want to give them more time. I mean, I would literally probably let them sit here in the bag, unopened, because that's when we get into ammonia problems if you open the bag. But unopened, in the bag, to temperature acclimate for probably 15 to 20 minutes. But these guys are just doing so well. And like I said, the temperature, I could feel, I've just done this for a while, so I could feel that they were the same temperature as the tank. So I'm going to stall for a few more minutes just to make this legit. But does this happen to you guys? I mean, seriously. When there's something important going on and you really need to get something done, or something important is waiting on you, does everything fall apart? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Because that's how I feel. I actually, before I got ready to do this video, I went to my notifications for 10 seconds as I was making sure the salt water was correct. And I saw a comment from someone asking about a video that I hadn't done yet. And I thought, oh my gosh, this sucks. I want so badly to help people. I want so badly to provide whatever they're asking for. And if I know something that helps somebody else, just, like something that helps me, we all share. And I feel terrible when I don't get these videos done, or I don't, get the articles done or whatever. But it seems like anytime that it really matters, everything falls apart. I literally thought I would be gone for half an hour today, and it ended up crisis after crisis after crisis, and here we are now. And I just wondered if that happens to you guys. Like, does it seem like when it really matters, everything stands in your way and you just take forever to get anything done? Okay, it could be me. It really could. I don't know if I'm not seeing comments or if nobody's commenting, but the bottom line is it really could be just me. It probably is. But, okay. So, oh my gosh, I'm going to get close-up pictures of these seahorses when I am done. They are gorgeous, you guys. I mean, they're, oh wow. Whew, gorgeous. But anyhow, okay, so we're going to go ahead. The other thing, because of my unpreparedness, I should have gloves on. Absolutely, please wear gloves, especially if you don't know the breeder, especially if you're not used to this. Please wear gloves. I shouldn't even be showing this without gloves, but somebody commented. Tammy, you want some? I'm sideways? Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Let me see if I can fix it. Let me see. How am I sideways? It's at an upward angle. Oh, like it's literally making me sideways? I'm not really sure how to fix that. I really am not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm sideways. I'm really sorry. We'll get better. I'm sorry. But yeah, actually the camera told me to turn it on its side. So that's interesting that I'm sideways. I'm sorry. Okay, so when you see these guys close up, you're really going to want some. I mean, the coloration is just ridiculous. I mean, they are so pretty. But okay, we have stalled enough. I actually washed my hands right before, and you should be wearing gloves if I should be wearing gloves. But we're going to do what we got to do here. So, cut through the first bag. Maybe. My scissors are not working with me, of course. Gosh. It's been a day, I tell you. So I'm just through the first bag here. And I'm going to watch their reaction. I'm going to go ahead and not cut, just take this off. But I'm going to watch their reaction once the air hits, because that's what matters. And again, these guys are from Seahorse Source. I trust Seahorse Source completely and totally. So I'm not worried about anything truly at this point, except for the fact that I made them wait so long. But, you know, you would want to watch their reaction. If when you open the bag, they start freaking out, scoop them out and put them in the water. Again, anything that happens, any kind of shock they get from hitting new water is not as bad as being burned by ammonia. So, but Seahorse Source, I have full faith, has conditioned the water so that that won't happen. But even if it did, you know, so, okay, just for the record. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, rubber bands are off. We're going to expose this baby to air. And see how they react. Okay, I'm so sorry that I can't close up for you guys. I will do a video out of this, but I wanted to show you how I do it when I'm freaking out. So, yeah, they're kind of sitting. They want out, but they're just kind of sitting. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm watching. They don't like being in a bag. I mean, come on. Who would want to be in a bag, right? So, I mean, a little bit of uncomfortableness from the seahorse is expected. What you're looking for, again, is them to do the coughing, choking looking move that shows you they're gasping for air. And these guys are not at all. So I had a cup ready, thank goodness. I'm going to take a little teeny bit of water from the tank. Just a little. And put it in the bag. A little bit. I would usually use an airline if I was going to drip this and do it correctly if I did not know the breeder. But I know these guys, so I'm just going to add a little at a time. And if you wanted to do a drip acclimation, you would literally take the airline, tie a knot in it, have the seahorses down there and do a siphon, which I showed you in one of my recent videos, and have it drip, drop, drip, drop into the bag. That lets them get used to your water, especially if they're from somewhere that you don't trust. So, but these guys are doing fine. The one wants out of the bag really badly. But that's it. You guys doing okay? Yeah? Okay. Let's go ahead. So if you were drip acclimating, obviously it would drip in drop by drop. When you're using a cup, because you're kind of rushing it for whatever reason, like every 2 to 5 minutes, add a little more water from your tank to the bag, just to make sure that they're getting used to any kind of pH difference. They're adjusting now that the air has hit the water, so on and so forth. But very worst case scenario is that they're going to act scared when they first hit the tank. They're in a new place. It's scary. But I'll be looking for key symptoms like gasping, like flicking when they take their tail and itch their gills. That's something I'll be looking for. We'll go through it as we see, okay? But these guys are literally, in case you can't see, oh man, I wish I had zoomed up on this. But they're literally just sitting there, chilling. Seahorse Source does a really cool thing. In the bag, they provide a hitch for the seahorses in shipping, which is awesome. And it's this little, I'd have to look up the actual, what it's called. Maybe one of you guys know. I don't know, but the bottom line is, it's like, oh God, I don't even know what it's called. Plastic mesh, really wide hold plastic mesh. Anybody know what it's called? Hey Tom, hi. Anyhow, so what they do at Seahorse Source is they use one of the little, I'll show you a close-up when I'm done here, but they use the little white media noodle things with the hole in the middle, and they put this plastic mesh around the white media thingy, and I'm so great with specific words, but anyways, it provides a hitch for them in shipping. It's awesome, because then they don't, when a seahorse is able to hitch, it makes a world of difference in how stressed out they get. They just feel more comfortable when they're able to hitch on something. So it's really cool that they provide that. We'll add a little more water. This is not a terrific example of acclimation because, again, I trust Seahorse Source, and these guys are doing so well, I'm not really worried. But if they were having any problems, we'd slow it down, add water more slowly. Basically, you watch the seahorse to see how they react. But these guys are doing great. You want out of that bag, don't you? I know one thing I forgot. Tanya, come here.
Yes, Mother?
Go get me the prime. Hurry.
Wait, where is it?
On the counter. I have helpers. I'm very lucky. Sorry if this is boring, but you guys aren't talking to me. I don't hear any questions, so I can't answer them. Tom, how's your seahorses? All right.
Here you go there.
All right.
Sean had to
Good.
help me.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi from Tanya. All right. So one thing also, if you were worried about ammonia, or worried about, like, I don't have gloves on and there's oil on our skin and stuff, I'm gonna add prime to the tank and or the bag, just to be sure. Prime is actually really cool. It's made by Seachem, and it is a conditioner. It's a water conditioner. I use completely RODI water. I don't mess around with tap water. My water in this area is really bad, so my seahorse tanks all get, I have an RODI machine, and my seahorses get all pure water mixed with salt. But if you had tap water, you would definitely need this, and I use it just a couple drops because a couple drops can detoxify ammonia. So if there was any ammonia situation going on, which I don't believe there is, of course, but if there was, or if you were worried about your water because of the oils on your hands or whatever, put a couple drops in, and that can fix any problems, help with any problems. So shake her up, and literally, let's see, the dose for Prime, you use 5 milliliters per 50 gallons. So literally, you get a lot here. I'm not going to read it all to you guys, but the bottom line is I just put a couple, oh wait, I found it, sorry. To detoxify nitrite in an emergency, you can use up to 5 times the normal dose. And it stinks. It smells like sulfur. It's okay. But anyways, so we're going to just add a couple drops to the tank. I'm not worried about the bag. But just because I set this up in such a rush, I don't know. It makes me feel better. I don't think it hurts anything, so, you know. So I just pour a little in the cap, and I'm going to put just a couple drops into the tank. There we go, about 5 drops. And if they, you know what, just to show you guys, if they were freaking out, I would make sure there's not a bunch in the cap, because you could accidentally dump a bunch in. It won't hurt any, I don't think it'll hurt anything, but still, we just don't want to do that. So make sure there's just a barely little bit, and drop a little drop into the bag in case they're having any problems. That'll help, but they're not, you know. It's Seahorse Source. Come on now. So, yeah, this one's dancing around. They're so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to show you some close-ups. And actually, I'm not going to pull any more water from the tank because I just set that cup down. And I'm super careful. I don't even trust my own dresser here. So, we'll just add the rest that's in here. Slowly. And then I'll take the camera off the little hinge that's got me sideways, and we'll get close-ups of them. So hang out with me for a minute, and I'll show you guys these seahorses that are just gorgeous. Oh, I'm so happy. These are going to make me some pretty babies. So just watching them for reaction as always. And they're doing great. Okay, so it's been a while. We've been on here for a while. Good enough. Again, if it was somebody you didn't trust or know very well, or if they were reacting differently, you would handle the situation differently. But since they're doing great, I'm not going to worry too much more. I'm going to put them in a second. And the thing about putting them in, okay, so I trust Seahorse Source completely. Dan is my mentor, one of my mentors, sorry to all other mentors, but Dan is one of my mentors, and you know, Abby, and sorry. Okay, so I trust Seahorse Source completely, and I'm not worried about Seahorse Source's water, but still, their water's different than mine. So I do a lot of videos telling you guys about guidelines and how I do things and so on and so forth. And I'm super picky and ultra careful. You don't have to be as crazy as me. But it is a good idea, especially if you don't know the place that you bought the seahorses, to not dump the bag of water into your tank. That bag of water could contain way too many things, and if you think about it, just the bottom line is they've been sitting in it for however long, and I see a comment I'm going to get to in a second, but you know, it probably could have ammonia, or it could have anything. So I just don't mess with other people's water. And I'm going to read the comment real quick. Oh, the quarantine tank. So, yes, typically, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm out of focus too. Anyways, I can't even read the name. I'm sorry, this is so silly. Catherine, yes, I'm doing a quarantine tank just to show how to do one. And I actually need to go through that. But I'm doing one just to show how to do one. When I buy seahorses from a breeder that I know and trust, I typically don't quarantine them. Maybe I should. But if I bought seahorses from someone I did not trust or did not know, trust is a bad word, did not know, I would absolutely quarantine them. And I do quarantine all macros and so on and so forth. And this is a good example of a quarantine tank. It can be so simple and so basic. I literally threw this together in a day. And what I will do eventually is either add on to this tank, meaning add on a sump and so on and so forth, or they'll move into the tank that I previously prepared for them. But yes, this video is about quarantining, acclimating new seahorses. So thank you for asking. Sorry if I didn't tell you. I was kind of freaking out when I first got on live because I'd left them waiting on me too long. So they're chilling. They have no problems. We're going to go ahead. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to add them and then we'll talk about the tank. Okay, so I'm going to make this, I'm going to get the second bag out of the first bag because we don't want to have any troubles with, you know, them getting caught up or anything. Don't use nets on seahorses, please. They have spikes and they have Syrian, they have pretty things and just no nets, okay? No nets. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a bucket that you all can't see, but I'm going to go ahead and lift them out. Take the second bag off so that we don't have any travesties here. And then roll up my sleeve. Go ahead and put the bag back in the water. And again, wear gloves. I should have gloves on. My apologies. All right. Trying not to touch my hair here. Okay, guys, you ready? I still get nervous. I still get nervous. I love seahorses so much. And these guys are so perfect. I still get nervous. Okay. So tip it any which way you want to make it easiest on you. I will take the hitch. Again, I trust the place, so I'm going to take the hitch with them. But you literally just want to scoop as if your hand's a net. So, all right, you guys ready? Because Mama's not. All right, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kind of teasing, kind of not, kind of. And it's hard to do this on tape and not seeing what I'm doing. Okay, ready, buddy? Okay, come on. All right, come on. Okay. Here we go. And it just needs to be, I can't even see him. There's one. Okay. So she or he is hitched on me. I'm going to quickly put them in the tank. That's it. That is it. Other one, let them, if they will, let them hitch on you in the tank. Done. All right. And I am going to go ahead and then we'll save the hitch for something else. Okay. So then we take the bag out of the water. And now we'll adjust the filters. Okay. Sorry to walk off screen here, but I've got to get rid of this water. All right. Okay. So now we've got two beautiful babies in the tank. Come here, babies. Yes, you're not sure what to do, are you? Not sure? In a minute, after I finish explaining, I will take the camera off and show you these guys. They're so pretty. Okay. All right. But I'm kind of, well, okay. Sorry. So what I'm watching for, gasping, freaking out, head scratching with the tail. I'm watching for no, they're just checking it out. I mean, they're not going to be thrilled when you first put them in, but I'm just watching for, and they need more hitches. My hitches are not staying, which just means I'll just need to adjust the flow. Actually, let's try to move this. No, let's move this one over. All right. So, might need to adjust the hitches in general, but because they'll feel better once they can hitch. Look, can you see? Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so I'm watching for the gasping. I'm watching for any kind of freaking out, and they're not. They're kind of chilling in a corner, but they're not freaking out at all. And they're probably looking for a hitch because I did a poor job preparing. And they don't seem to oh. So as far as flow, I'm going to check to see if they're having a hard time swimming around. And that's what I'm kind of watching for now. And this one is actually swimming right into the path of the flow, so I'm not super worried. I was and am planning on adding my internal filter with spray bar. I don't put any media in here. It's literally a sponge and a spray bar. It acts as a power head because it's completely adjustable. Let me see if I can show you. Completely adjustable. Whoops. Adjustable, and I like the spray bar. It works for me. And I have a hob filter on the tank. So, quarantine tank, hitches that don't move around preferably, like mine are. Low light, hob filter. You can, basically do whatever you want. For a quarantine tank, you're not planning to keep them in here forever. So, it's basically just making sure that no ammonia or nitrite creeps up and that the tank stays clean. You don't really have to cycle a quarantine tank. A hospital tank and a quarantine tank, we're going to get all complicated if we try to get into details. But the bottom line is, if you have a situation where you have seahorses and you need to get them in a tank, you need to get them in water, you can set something up quickly. Now, I personally use K1 media. So I have cycled media that's clean and not been touched by any other tank or water, already cycled. I will choose, and you guys will see, because I'm going to literally go through this with you guys all week. Anytime I do anything to this tank, I'm going to tape it, or I'm going to go live or something, and I'm going to show you guys how I make decisions and so on and so forth. You don't have to agree with me. Hopefully it won't be as hectic as this, but basically I will choose in a day or two, because it takes a day or two for any kind of ammonia to creep up. I will, of course, test and make sure that everything's okay, but in a day or two, I will either add media that will provide that filtration, make it cycled, and do a water change, or I will do daily or every other day water changes to make sure that no ammonia is allowed to creep up. And I will test constantly to make sure, because we don't want ammonia to be a problem. So the other option that I would typically do is put them in my typical quarantine tank, which is cycled, does have media that's already prepared to handle their bioload, and so on and so forth. But I use this one because I'm basically going to do some demonstrations and not actually medicate the tank, but I'm going to show you how I would medicate if I were to medicate, if that makes sense. So I just want to walk you through what you would do if this happened, and what you would do if that happened. And, these guys are going to be my beautiful guinea pigs because I know they're strong and healthy and beautiful. Where you guys at? What you doing? Chilling, huh? Chilling? Yeah? I mean, they're literally just chilling. They need a hitch. They're hitched. They're tail locked. Oh my God. I really need to take this camera off and show y'all, because they're making a heart. I'm making a little heart. It's so cute. But, and honestly, this is how you kind of feel your way through what they need. This might be enough. We might need, because of the fact that I can see that, you know, this hitch does not stay over here. It's being blown back over. I know that my filter might be this filter might be providing enough movement that I don't need to add this. But we're going to see. We're going to check it out. And my phone's low. God, it's been such a bad day. I'm sorry, guys, but let's see. Actually, I'm gonna put it in just to show you guys how to determine flow. All right. So this has been washed. I took the sponge out, washed it, so on and so forth. All right. So, all right. We're gonna add this. I'm just so glad they're okay. I was really nervous about that part. So we're gonna add this in. Watch out for the ponies. Okay. This one sticks to the side, and I'm just going to see how they react to it. If they don't like it, we'll take it out. In fact, I'm so sorry, guys. 10 seconds. I'm going to do one more thing. My phone's about to die, too. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so if you can hear me, if you happen to be able to hear me, what I'm doing is rinsing another hitch that I hope might stay down a little better for them. Just rinse it off for any dust, shake it out. The boyfriend kills me every time I make a water mess, but okay, so I've got this other handy hitch. We're going to throw it in, see if that stays in place a little better. So, let's see, buddies. And look at that. That doesn't move, does it? Yay. Hitch. Okay. Because that's what they're looking for. They're just kind of, you know. But this is how seahorses should act. About 2 more minutes, I'm going to pull the camera down and show you guys. But this is how they should act. They're chilling. They're trying to see what's going on. They're not, you know, dancing. But they're not freaking out. Well, this one is dancing. Hi, buddy. Hi. Do you like it? You're going to have even better once we get you, showing everybody how to do this. Yes? This one's like dancing. Hi. What do you think? Oh, wait till you see them. They're so pretty. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn the light up. Oh, another thing, if they were freaking out or they weren't doing well or they were stressed, leaving the light low will help them because bright light, you know, tenses them up or whatever. But we're going to go ahead and turn it up because these guys are doing so well. Maybe you guys can see them better, I hope. I hope. Let me see if you can see them any better. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we're trying here. Okay. You going to come say hi? Okay, so let's do the flow so I can show you the seahorses, hey? All right, so with flow, this hob filter is adjustable. So I can, if they were literally blown, and they are staying on the side of the tank, so I may just adjust it down and make it less strong. But, in fact, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower the, nope, that's higher, sorry, whoops. I'm going to make the filter provide less flow. See if that's and you just see if they move around more. I mean, if they start moving around more, then, you know, it was too much. But you do give them a day, keep playing with it over the day. You want to make sure that the top moves. The top of the water is barely moving right now. I'm not okay with that. You want that surface agitation, and you want to make sure that there's movement everywhere because I don't want any buildup right here in the corner. I don't want any buildup, you know, anywhere. No buildup, which in a quarantine tank, we're cleaning constantly, but still, I don't like to, I'm lazy. I'm very lazy. I don't like to clean. So I like flow. And they can handle way more than you think. Even if you set up the flow and they don't seem to like it, give them a day. You know, turn it down if you need to. Make sure they can swim, of course. But they can handle way more than people think. Way more. So I'm going to plug this in and we're going to go from there. I did turn it all the way down. Yes, I did. Alrighty. I'm going to make sure that does not fall in the tank. And this lid is not working for me, but I'll play with that too. Okay, okay. All right. So, so let's see how it goes. So that just started. Come over here, sorry. So that just started. I'm watching from the back end here. Do you see how they're, I hope you guys can see this. Actually, you know what? I'm taking the phone off. Y'all don't need to see me. You need to see the seahorses, right? Okay. So, let's go over here. All right. So, and of course, let me see if I can turn this. If I lose you guys, I'm so sorry. I did not. Yay. Y'all still there? Look at these guys. Say hello. Oh, they're so pretty. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. And they're not happy, but actually let me try to hold still here. If you can see, if you can see, they are, look at their gills. These are not freaking out seahorses, even though they've just spent way too long in shipping and are now in a new tank. They are still chilling. That's what you want right there. That's what you want to see. Sorry, I'm shaky, guys. But that's it right there. And so basically I'm going to, oh, that's not good. Basically, I'm going to play with, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, sorry. I have all this hair, stupid, excuse my language, stupid hair. And there was a hair. Sorry, buddy. I'm trying to clean this off for you. Okay, alrighty. So anyways, live is so much fun. But as you can see, I've got this filter on. No, wait, the cat blew off, didn't it? I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. Nope, it's providing flow. It's right. Okay. So I just checked to make sure that it's providing flow. Don't stick your fingers in a tank a bunch of times. It's not good, but I wanted to make sure that it was providing flow. So I'm going to watch them, and I'll let you guys watch them with me and see if they are doing well with the flow. As you can see, this guy's not flying across the tank. He's kind of chilling and checking it out. And I will continue to adjust as he gets more, as she gets more comfortable, and we'll see the flow based on what she wants. Right? Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at her patterns. So beautiful. Hey. Hey, beautiful. What do you think? It'll get better. You're going to get in a really cool tank once we're done here. But, oh, I wish this would focus. But yeah. So these are the new seahorses that we will be using for examples. Piebald seahorses from Seahorse Source. I think he's almost out. Y'all might want to get some. But that's how I temperature acclimate and I will go through adjusting flow a little bit more in detail tomorrow. Maybe during Wine Wednesday. Maybe we'll check on them during Wine Wednesday. Because see, I'm not sure how they feel about it yet. They're still getting used to the tank, but they're doing very well. They're not gasping. Oh, thank you, Catherine. And that's what this is all about. Is all of us sharing the beautiful seahorses and how to help each other. But yeah, when you are putting a seahorse in a brand new tank, quarantine tank or not, you're going to watch for any kind of like that. That might mean this little one might learn that that's a spot not to go to, or I might have to adjust the flow. But bottom line is, you kind of feel your way through it, and you want to make sure they are temperature acclimated. And as long as they are temperature acclimated, as you saw firsthand live, they did not freak out being added to the tank. So we'll go from here, and I'll show you guys how they do every day and how they color, their colors change. And we'll go all the way through until they get added to their homes, their permanent homes. And I will kind of, like I said, go through if I did have to medicate, if I did see any of the things that I'm looking for, which again are using their tail to scratch their gills, scratch their head, gasping, not being able to move around. Right now they're just getting comfortable. Look how pretty they are, my God. Oh, I love them. But so we're gonna sign off. Am I right side up now? Thanks so much for tuning in. I will get better at this. I promise, guys. I'm trying. But we'll check on these guys tomorrow. Hope you join me for Wine Wednesday. See you soon.